What's up, everybody? This is Ghastly Stamus back with another episode of my gaming diary on the Rounding Off Infinity gaming channel on YouTube. And this morning I'm going to be playing a little bit more of Digital Combat Simulator, and specifically the A-10C Warthog plugin. So I realize it may not be the most interesting thing to do, but I'm assuming that the vast majority of people who watch videos on the channel don't necessarily watch a bunch of videos all in a row. So I'm reckoning that you didn't watch the previous episode where I was also playing A10. Point being that I'm going to actually just continue playing the same scenario because I'm still kind of, on the incline of my learning curve. And so rather than kind of upset the apple cart and, try a different golf swing, so to speak, on a different course, I'm just going to continue plugging away at this till I kind of figure this out. So I have, through yesterday, what I learned as I came through the fact that what I need to do is fly the advanced simulation flight model, but use the simplified avionics. And when I look back at having played flight simulators in the past, that's probably what I've been doing the whole time. They just weren't necessarily two discrete modes on those flight sims. So let me go ahead and get the mission set up and get flying, and then we'll talk a little bit about the hardware setup that's in play today, managing all the game capture. So first thing I'm going to do is I do want to go in and try flying the aircraft fully laden again. I definitely realized yesterday that flying with unlimited ammo definitely weighs the craft down. I'm a little concerned about flying unlimited ammo but not unlimited fuel, because obviously I'll be burning a lot of fuel. So the problem with flying unlimited weapons is that it fully burns the plane, and it keeps all the pylons loaded all the time, so you're constantly flying at the plane's maximum weight, which is not great. But I'm going to give that a whirl and just see how it behaves. So we're going to play the Easy East Georgia Spring mission. So let's start running on the hardware that's in play today. So doing the game capture, I am using the AverMedia Game Capture HD2 C285. So that's my standalone game recorder that has a 1 terabyte laptop hard drive in the bay in its underbelly, which works great. It also has input ports for microphone voiceover and an output port for you to connect headphones to, so that you can listen to the game's in-game audio inline with the video and audio stream that's going from your PC to your display. So you don't have to. So I don't have to do other things to get the game audio into my head. So the other problem is so this is my first flight for today, so I may be a little rusty. Again, this game has a steep learning curve, so I may forget what I learned yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to lock that up. One thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and pause, because I do want to take a look around the aircraft and just see what we have here. So actually, I mean, this isn't any more munitions than you start the game, this mission off with anyway. It's just, I don't know what that glitch is. I think it has something to do with the LG 4K monitor drivers that I'm using. But I guess it's just that as you drop weapons, they get replaced. So you can see the jammer pod and the Mavericks and both bombs. I think I have GBU 12s and GBU 38s loaded. The reconnaissance pod over there under the right pylon. Okay. I just wanted to check that out as we started the mission, so let's go back in cockpit. One thing I also have to remember, which I constantly forget, is I'm going to go ahead and slew my camera now, so when I take it out of pause, it'll just come right back there. You do have one, I need to fix this. So somehow my zoom got inverted, so I'm actually, when I roll towards the screen, it actually zooms out, and when I roll away from the screen, it actually rolls in. So I'm going to set I want to set my countermeasures to auto. Alright. I guess I gotta select a weapon. So now that I'm unlimited, I don't really care what weapons I use at each one of these, which is part of the problem. So you can definitely tell that I'm fully laden because the nose wants to pull up a little more than usual. Back off of the... Whoa. What is going on there? What is going on there? That's weird. Why am I having to... have the aircraft rolling like that? I don't know. I need to take a look. That's weird. I don't know why the aircraft just dumped weight to the right like that. Okay, so because I'm fully laden, I also can't push the aircraft in a turn as much. The biggest thing I had to come through yesterday was just learning that, you know, you get this misconception that you think that the A-10 is this really nimble aircraft, but it's really very heavy and really not that acrobatic when it's fully loaded. But normally is a pretty predictable flight model, so...
Pull up. Altitude.
So what I really need to do is I need to get the camera. Yeah, the soy, there we go. So like I said, I'm using the AverMedia Game Capture HD2 C285. For a webcam, I'm using the Logitech C920, which is my 1080p webcam. For voiceover commentary, I am using the Samsung Meteor mic, sitting on a Samsung mic stand.
Pull up.
You're way too close. So yeah, it just took some getting used to that the aircraft, that you couldn't just really roll the aircraft over 90 degrees and yank it around in a banking turn. And as a lot of people online commented, you know, people who go into the game with that impression have just, you know, played too much Falcon 4.0 and Jane Strike fighters and a lot of these other flight sims that are flying fighter aircraft, and the modeling of the A-10 is starkly different. Even when I played Lock-On Modern Air Combat, I guess that A-10 felt easier to fly. Now the weird thing in this, as I mentioned yesterday, is you know, it's actually easier. Okay, for some reason that's not down on target. I don't know why. I need to back off on my speed. I still got it blasted. I got in too close.
Pull up. Altitude.
Not a good time for that.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand.
And to get the in-game audio to where I can hear it and keep it away from the open air mic, I am using my Behringer Xenix 302 USB hardware mixer. And so the C285, as I mentioned, has a jack for audio output. So I just have a splitter cable connected that connects into the 3.5mm jack port, and then runs over to the hardware mixer and splits it out between I did this yesterday. It locked onto a different locked onto the next mission waypoint and showed that enemy there, but I need to lock this up. How do I do that again?
Pull up.
Okay, there we go.
Altitude. Altitude.
Red smoke. Take it out.
Eyes in the sky,
Okay, we'll go with Mavericks for this next target.
into the night. I raise my hand.
Now, the reason I went unlimited ammo is because
Cause you can't stop it from shining.
that's that target.
It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you
This is my target over here.
it's true, baby, won't you let the light
What's going on here?
for you,
Yeah, so I've hit this target before. Yeah, it's worked with red smoke. I can see that. So I generally try and lock my Mavericks. I do not know what is going on. I still feel like I mistakenly hit page up before. Looks like I did something to my flaps and ailerons.
shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe
Altitude. Altitude.
won't you let the light shine through.
Oh, really? Wants me to go to the bridge? Huh. So I don't know if I monkeyed up. I'm gonna try a bombing run on this next one. So yeah, it just took me a really long time to nail this flight model down, but as you can see, I'm actually
What if I go stronger?
having a pretty good time with it. Now, again, it's this wonky thing of where... Calm down, Betty. 4,000 feet, come on.
Surrender. I will do my best until I get put under. What if I go stronger?
Now, despite the fact that I have unlimited weapons, I'm going to be very vulnerable coming in on this bridge, so I'm going to get down on the deck. These AAA, now this is a problem because with these AAA units, right?
Altitude.
Right, it means I'm going to need to pitch way up as I get in close. At about 4,000 feet, it looked like the AAA guns are deadly accurate, so... One thing I haven't figured out is what happens if this mission doesn't go well. Do I continue flying with unlimited weapons? I am definitely appreciating it so far. I was afraid the aircraft was going to be much more difficult to handle. So, I switched to... How far out is that? 4 miles? I don't think that's the bridge. I think that's that SAM that's sitting over. So, those you definitely need to take with Mavericks, or that you definitely need to take with Maverick. Now it doesn't look like the bridge.
Pull up. Pull up.
I don't think that's the bridge. So the third target when you fly the normal route, and somehow I'm off the normal route, is surface-to-air missile launcher that is sitting over here tucked between two blades of trees. So coming in low and fast like I am is definitely the ticket to that particular engagement. I don't think I have line of sight on him yet. That's the problem, is on your approach, your normal approach, there's a grove of trees between you and the target. And the Maverick actually can't see him until you get a little closer. And the lower you come in, the longer it is before you can see him. There's always the problem of balancing right your risk versus. So I think I've got line of sight on him now.
Pull up, pull up.
Calm down, Betty. Got him, right? Okay. Yep, I think he's out. Alright, let's keep speed up and bank right. Now I think I'm headed for the bridge. So I don't know what that spinning circle is out there. I wonder. I don't know if that's it's like in some other flight sims. Really. No soy, I want it to be soy. Okay, that does look like the bridge. In fact, I just saw a car go over it. What are we doing here? Come on, figure it out. Go GBU 12. Now, it looks like I'm about, it says I'm 2.3 miles out, so here's what I'm going to do. Now 1 mile. Calm down, calm down, calm down. I'm going to push it a little. Alright, this is going to be dangerous. I know. Might not be the smartest thing. Here we go. Now, the problem with this aircraft is it's kind of like a ship, so I had to realize this the other day. Once... Alright, start your dive, start your dive. You're not going to make that. Oh, there we go. No, you're way off. Blast it! Okay. What just happened? Okay, so somehow, I guess I've respawned my aircraft? It wasn't intentional, but I'll take it. So the question is that the bridge? Can't tell yet. Alright. So I think what I actually need to do is just come out on this high altitude. This doesn't look like the same target. So after the bridge, it's a column of tanks that you're supposed to take on next. I just feel that's what that looks like. No, that's the bridge. Alright, so I'm going to try a slightly different approach. I'm going to come in high altitude now. As you can see, like I said, I think I said, like at 5,000 feet, right, they become... the AAA fire becomes really deadly. 4.3. Okay, so it is nautical miles too that they're using, so that's a little bit more what I'm accustomed to. Okay, so I think I'm going to start my dive at like 3 miles. So as I was saying, so to get the audio into my ear, I have a cable hooked in that takes it from. All right, so I got the threat. This should be spot on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. There we go. Come on. There's a little soccer field over there. I know. Okay, so I'm gonna turn left here to give myself the maximum distance to make my run. Come on, get off that. And I would like to do a bombing run, but they have SAM, so... I'm gonna go to the Mavericks. Might be a little bit of a cheat, but... So yeah, my only problem with running the missions without the unlimited ammo is that, like you have to make every shot, right? You miss with one set of bombs, it's kind of like mission over. Then you have to take everything out with guns. And that single LRU pod. So I definitely need to hit the forum today and find out what that spinning circle is out there. So in a lot of flight sims, I mean realistic flight sims, they still give you a place that you can go and land and rearm. I think Falcon 4.0 used to actually make you physically land to refuel and rearm. So that was always risky because, you know, actually one of the deadliest operations to do in Falcon 4.0 was actually trying to land the F-16. I'll back down on my speed a little. So I know that there's an ability to, man, I'm going to be coming in, I should have been coming in from another direction. But I was thinking about trying to maneuver, because I've got a bad line of sight here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh well, that stuff happens every once in a while. That's weird, but it still scored the mission? So it's saying that I crashed. I don't know what happened. Alright, so I'm gonna fly again. I wish I knew how I respawn the aircraft, because that's it's a weird, it's like a right control, I don't know, it's right control, right shift, and some button. And then the headphones that I'm using today are just an old pair of iPhone or iPod earphones, earpods. Now what's really been interesting is for my game controller input today. I'm using the Thrustmaster T.16000 FCS. One thing I've got to do is I still don't know how to activate autopilot. Oh, careful there. Civilian casualties. Collateral damage. I still do not know how to set the autopilot. And I keep not finding that command, so. Okay, so I have 2 trucks. Right turn here. So there are no counter-offensive enemy capabilities at this first target. It's kind of just a milk run. But yeah, so I'm using the T.16000 flight control system. So I have both the stick, so it's a complete HOTAS set, so I have both the stick and the TWCS throttle and weapon control system. I have everything that I need to manage my HUD and the 2 left and right MFDs, multifunction displays, slaved to the hat switches on the right hand side of the TWCS. The TWCS is a little different than now see, this is what I mean. So this difference between the arcade flight model and the simulation flight model. The arcade flight model, if I were to come in on a nosedive like that and approach the deck at low thrust, it would have completely dumped all power, flattened out, and I would have jammed the throttle stick forward, and it would have still underpowered and crashed into the ground. So I don't really understand what that. How that mode is modeled or what it's supposed to be for, but it's actually it's an underpowered flight model for some reason. I don't really understand it. I'll reduce my speed in this turn.
Pull up, pull up.
A little power. But yeah, once you get the hang of it, the A-10C is a wonderful simulation flight model to fly. It's tough, it definitely still challenges you, and I might go back and play the arcade model at some point because I was just too aggressive with it. I can't believe it.
Pull up, pull up.
if I can figure out where. Yeah, patrol. Okay. Now I'm actually starting to see the labeling. And my problem is... I still don't necessarily know and understand how to read the waypoint markings. You know, on another flight sim, they would just put a big yellow thing at the top there and tell you, hey, here's waypoint 3 in this direction, but this game does not do that. Alright. There's the Maverick camera. The Maverick camera's not soy, that's why. Because that is a different camera than... you can't really zoom it in, I guess. Now this is the part that flying...
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Okay, so waypoint 4 is the bridge. And I think the little pip on the HUD is pointing you in the direction for waypoint 4. So I just usually cruise the aircraft over that direction until I see an enemy target. And then I assume that that's the next waypoint. Which is going to be bad, because one of these days, there's not going to be a target at the next waypoint. I'm not going to understand what I'm doing. The other problem is what it may actually be looking at is the target I'm locked up on.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up.
No. Wow. That was about as close as it gets to be losing the aircraft. That was a completely unnecessary risk to take. Because it actually told me to go ahead and proceed on to my next target. I'm still not entirely clear on what's going on here. I still feel like there's targets there, like... So the reason this bugs me is because... Oh, no, okay. Yeah, so no, there's no targets there. So yesterday, when I left targets behind at a waypoint, the game made me actually turn around and go back and take them out. And I didn't like that. I know, Betty. Okay, so... I'm going to take these out with GBU-12s. That worked successfully last time. That doesn't look like the bridge to me. Yeah, that looks like that mobile SAM site that's sitting in a field. Oh, that's the bridge. Okay. So we're going to change tactics here and get on the deck. They definitely want to take this guy with Mavericks. Now, what I don't like is the normal approach to him. He's occluded in trees, so I'm going to turn to a little bit here to the south and come back around on him. Let's see if I can get a better shot and I'm able to take the Maverick shot further out. So I have not learned to read fuel gauge yet. You will clip those power lines if you do get too low. I think this is my fuel gauge right here with the red band at 100%. So I think I'm at like 90% fuel. I'm not sweating it too much right now. Okay, now what I don't like is, so I need that on the map, but I need plastic. I need that to be, I need it to go soy, and then I need the range rings to go down. There we go. Get back to center, scroll that back out. Now I need to go soy on the right MFD again. Okay. 3,000 feet. Still too much power. Need to get a little bit nose down. That's definitely that mobile SAM site. But now, so look at how. So look at how I'm coming in from the side. He's completely exposed, right? The way you come in before, on the normal path, he's tucked beneath trees. So he is in for a big surprise. Oh, careful there, cowboy. Air to ground, so I'm pretty sure I've got Maverick selected, but let's just double check to make sure.
I'm so in love with you. Cleaning martyrs.
Range is about 4 miles, so
Pull up, pull up.
keep down.
Pull
Okay.
up, pull up.
Yeah, so you're. So I need altitude and I need space to pull that maneuver. So when you switch to the bridge right after taking him out, you're really too close. So I'm going to use a lot of power and trying to gain a lot of altitude. Yeah, GBU 12s is definitely what I need. Give myself some room to maneuver to take this bridge out. So I need to be coming. Need to be coming in high enough that when I make my dive bombing run, that I don't get down where the AAA fire can reach me. But I think the reality is I'm actually not going to be able to play through to completing this mission today. Getting short on time. But yeah, much like some of the problems I've been going through with, or that I went through with my wheel and pedals until I kind of figured out the secret sauce to figuring those out. Much is the same with the T-Dot 16,000, right? You just really gotta keep working at it and working at it and working at it and figuring it out. Now, I will readily say that I almost just, number one, gave up on DCS, but I also really was considering just giving up on flight sims in general, because I was really frustrated with what was going on this week. Or this weekend. Now, last time I started my dive at about 3 miles out. I'm giving myself a lot of altitude here. I'm about 6 miles out now. Maintaining maximum thrust. Looks like I'm at about 92% fuel. 3 miles may have been too short a run to make. So I'm going to start my dive at 3.5 miles. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to balance starting my dive too early. I shouldn't say that. What I'm really concerned about is starting my dive too early and getting within range of the AAA guns. But by the same token, the closer in I start my dive, right, the steeper an angle of attack I have to take. Alright, AAA radar just lit up. Come on, come on. Come on, give me the pip, give me the pip. The last bombing run was perfect. Here we go, here we go. Oh, man. I don't think that's right. Yep. Was that my wingman? Did he get taken out too? Well, we did take the bridge out, at least. Do I have any? No, I have no more friendlies in the area. Okay, well, that's just as good a stopping point as any. So, thanks a lot for anybody who swings by and happens to check out this video. I definitely need to continue working at this mission. Kind of trying to force myself to use the bombs. I could definitely come in close on the deck and use the Mavericks. That might, well, I've considered whether or not I should come in close on the deck and use the Mavericks to take out the AAA guns first, and then come around and give myself an easier bombing run. I made a successful bombing run yesterday, coming in high altitude and dropping bombs and scoring a hit at a high enough altitude that I could pull up and away before the AAA guns could really be effective, and that's what I've been trying to replicate, but I obviously need to keep working at it more. So thanks once again for joining in. My name has been Augustus Statements from Gearworks.com and the E2KG Network channel on YouTube. Please head over there to check out our podcast. Continue checking here on Rounding Off Infinity for gaming videos and where I post my archives of my live streams from Twitch and Mixer, and sometimes live stream directly to YouTube. So thanks again for joining in. That's going to do it for me. I'm out of here.